Hey guys, welcome back to the Vocal Truth Podcast with me, your girl, Miss Cherie. And I got another one with you guys. So today, I know it's been a minute and I'm back. Um, and with that, what's going on? It's been a lot of new developments. I got some surprise announcements for you guys. As usual, as you come in, please remember to like, share, subscribe. This one is for the Black women today because, I get so tired. I feel like the brothers really beat us down unnecessarily. I feel like a lot of things that we do is a reaction to what we receive, but they won't receive what happens, in our dealings with them. You know what I mean? So we don't behave a certain way without, we don't behave a certain way without them, giving us something to react to. That's just my feelings on it. You know, I understand that anything I may talk about today is going to be, everyone's going to use the excuse. It works two ways. Well, today it's about Black women and the way we've been treated, especially when it comes down to certain things. So we're going to break it down. First things first, I start right in, so I don't normally wait on everybody to come in. So once again, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube page. Please remember to subscribe to the Vocal Truth Podcast YouTube channel because I'm trying to build my subscribers up. So come on, guys. Please remember to subscribe to YouTube. So starting on with the first topic today, the Breonna Taylor miscarriage of justice. So what I want to discuss there is, yes, we know the cops basically got off with her murder. And the only thing the cop was charged with were the bullets that missed her. What was more upsetting to me is that people were focused on, now this time there was no real media coverage of any criminal background of the boyfriend she was with. There was no criminal background mentioned by the media of, they even said that they were at the wrong address, but the information that I'm about to mention, of course, to me, is still alleged because no one's confirmed anything. Everybody is talking about what they saw on YouTube, and it's other Black people. Now, my problem is this. We all argued about the criminal background of the Black males that were shot by police officers unnecessarily. The media brought that out, and we all argued against bringing up the criminal history. But with this young lady, when she was gunned down, everybody, I'm hearing it from Black people. So the media didn't bring up a criminal past or the fact that she was supposedly or allegedly being investigated for her involvement. The media didn't bring this out, and they didn't bring it to the forefront. It's other Black people who are bringing it to the forefront that her name was on a car where a dead body was found. There's other Black people who brought up the fact that the guy she was with was dealing drugs, and somehow she might have been laundering his money for him when she was working as a paramedic. That's other Black people who were bringing this Black woman down after her death. And that's the problem I have. So when the media is not going to do it, so we're going to do it. And that's sad. And the other sad part is other Black women who supported and help argue that it's sad that when someone Black is gunned down by white police officers, the first thing they bring up is their criminal past, because that they're doing that to discredit that victim and to try to increase their story that shooting was justified, even though in that sense it more than likely was not justified. And in this sense, it's Black women and men who are dragging down the legacy of this Black woman. That's what I don't agree with. I don't. Most people agree that she was needlessly shot. And the problem I'm having with it is, how is it this woman is being blamed for her own death for laying down with a drug dealer? How many of y'all lay down with drug dealers? Let's not lie. There's a lot of black women that have knowingly and unknowingly ended up with drug dealers. Any one of you at any time, whether you knew it, didn't know, whether or not you were immature at the time, have messed with a drug dealer. If you have not, kudos to you, because you kept your eyes open and knew that was not the life you wanted. But some women, especially black women, have dealt with a lot of street guys. And with that, that's, you guys are the last people to sit up and judge who she was laying down with. The point was, she was in her bed sleeping. She was not out. She was not being chased down. She was gunned down in the comfort of her own home in her bed, and she didn't deserve that. And Candace Owens, yes, Candace Owens does that a lot, Zach. I agree. Blaming black people for their own deaths. And that is sad, especially when it comes at the hand of someone else. And the reason why this ties into how black women aren't protected, this black woman was killed by a white police officer. Her family was paid off. The cop only got charged for bullets that did not hit her. So he was not charged with murder. He was not charged with her murder. And then in the background, we have black women and men basically saying she should have chose her man better. Excuse me? How? How can you blame a dead woman for her choice in a partner or potentially a life partner because in her death? Like, I don't understand our logic. How is it that we can say, oh, it doesn't matter about any of the black men, the long list of black men who were killed? How is it that we can all march and riot and justify marching and rioting for the long list of black men who were killed by the police, but when it's a black woman, they get no justice? And to be honest, y'all make a little noise, like when Sandra Bland died, people made a little noise, but not like that, like we do for the black men. For the black men, we stay loud and proud and keep rioting, keep marching and everything. But when it's a black woman, we don't make that much noise. And in this case, this was so disheartening, because even when Sandra Bland died, I kept hearing murmurs of, oh, I heard she was bad mouthing the cops. I heard she was talking back. Why is it that every time it's a black woman or something happens to a black woman, hey, Anthony, why is it that it's always something we did or something we said? It doesn't matter. Like, she didn't deserve to die. We don't deserve to be hurt. We don't deserve to be killed. I don't care what comes out of my mouth. I don't deserve to die. I don't care who I'm laying with. I don't deserve to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so disappointed in our own people, because if the media is not dragging our legacy, we're dragging our own legacy. And that was just tremendously sad. And then we have like the media actually bringing out people's rap sheets when it came to the black men who were gunned down. And everybody's like, so he deserved his life. So this, so that. Everybody had a justification of why that black man deserved to live. But with the sisters, we got to choose our men better. We got to watch who we're with. We have to watch this. We have to watch that. We got to choose better. No. How about treat black women better? Like, the point is, she was a black woman gunned down in her house. And I just can't get past how many times I've seen some black men or even some black women dragging this young lady's legacy. And it's sad to me, especially if you're a black woman who dragged. I don't care about who she laid with. I don't care what criminal activity she's in. I don't care. She was gunned down in her bed. No excuses. No nothing. So that's what I'm going to leave about the Breonna Taylor situation. And then going into Megan Thee Stallion shooting, as far as protection of black women again. When Megan Thee Stallion was shot in her toe by Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, he's an interesting character. I'll put it that way. Based on the blogosphere and everything in the blogosphere, he's an interesting character. But here's my deal. Once people found out that he shot her in the toe, I was mortified, personally. To me, that whether or not they're in a romantic relationship, I don't know. Or at the time, I don't know if they were. But they were at a party. Whatever happened, she was getting out of the car. So even if they were getting into it, she was diffusing the situation by getting out of the car, and the man shot her in the foot. And what pissed me off was everybody making jokes about it. Everybody thinking it's funny, and then everybody wanna once again come up with, well, she had to have done something. I don't care what happened. Why would anybody think it's cute, funny, or even a justification for shooting someone, especially a woman? Like, as a man, you can't handle the situation, whatever it was, whatever was being talked about. She didn't like the situation, so she was a smart girl and getting out the car, and even that wasn't enough to protect her from getting shot in the foot by somebody who thought it was okay. And then everybody wants to add even more insult because of her love of black men and black people in general. She said in an interview that she didn't want to call the police on him because she was like, I'm black, he's black. We don't know how that situation is going to turn out in this climate, which she's correct. But here's my issue with the situation. Even in that moment, she was the one injured by him, and she put his needs above her own. If it was me, I would have called the cops, because guess what? If they shoot you, guess what? Eye for an eye, because you shot me in the foot. Because at this point, you deserve whatever coming to you. If you saw fit to pull a weapon on me and use it, I don't care if it was non-lethal. Anything could have happened. It could have something that easy could have easily been lethal. Like, I really don't care. There was no justification. It was not funny, and maybe it's because I myself have gone through domestic violence. Shonda, oh, you said I feel like there were incidents before the shooting. They just were hidden well. True. I mean, there could have been a lot of issues before the shooting, but at the end of the day, there was nothing. There was still nothing for anyone to laugh at or joke about. It was still something that should not have happened. Like, there was no reason for him to shoot at her. And then I saw something else where he said he was like shooting at her like because she got out the car and was telling her to dance. Like, if you saw like Looney Tunes, where I think it was I forgot which character, but he used to shoot at people to tell them to dance. So while it was something very stupid and probably, well, definitely done under the influence, because Tory Lanez has himself hinted at the fact that he possibly could have done this. He know daggone well he did it. But he's not going to come out and say it because it's something that he could still be charged with. Because even if Megan doesn't file charges, the state in which Yosemite Sam, thank you, Shonda, Yosemite Sam, and yes, you're with me on that one. Yeah, he used to do that. So I know he was doing something dumb, but the point is, if they were arguing or whatever the situation was, it was a situation where she saw fit to get out of the house, out of the car, get away from him. And even still, she was still shot, and people immediately started doubting her. No one asked him. And then what killed me was so many men. There were men. I will give it to UGK, or the member of UGK that's surviving. I'm drawing a blank on everybody's names and stuff right now, so help me, y'all. But he was the only one who called out Tory Lanez on doing that. Then you got people like T.I. You want to bring him on so he can tell his side of the story. Tell his side of the story for what? He shot somebody. I don't care what led up to it. Like, there's no reason a man should be pulling a gun on a female and using it. Like, that's all domestic violence, and I don't condone it. Period. There was no reason for him to shoot her in the foot. Then people want to start the rumors. Like, people really need to stop these rumors about women of certain stature or certain builds being a man. That girl is not a man. She is a woman. She is a tall woman. Y'all act like y'all have never seen a tall woman before. The only problem I know is that there are a lot of men who prefer their women shorter than them because they want to feel strong. But she is, oh yeah, we Shonda want to take it back all the way back to Chris Brown and Rihanna and Bow Wow and Kayomi Leslie. See, in those situations, I think Chris went off. Now, Rihanna did get physical with him. And in those cases, now, don't get me wrong, if a woman is getting physical with a man and you want to call the law, I am all for that, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. But Chris Brown really went off and beat her. And with Kyomi and Bow Wow has a history of domestic violence. But his women either don't say anything. Kyomi was the only one who came out because she beat him up back. So she fought back. But at the end of the day, once again, it's with the protection of Black women. It's like this woman got shot in the foot and everybody doubted her. What did you do? What did you say? Never mind the fact that the details show that she was getting out of the car. So that meant he must have been the aggressor, because no woman gets out of a car or walks off unless somebody else is accosting her. So if I'm getting out of a car, it's because somebody is in there bothering me. So she's trying to get out the car and this man shoots her in the foot. And the first thing the public wants to do is, number one, joke, which domestic violence is not funny. And two, doubt her. What is there to doubt about a woman who gets shot? Like, I really don't understand us or men or even women who question other women. Like, I really don't get it. And this is why Black women are not protected, the dynamic of it. How dare something happen to us and the first question anyone asks us is, what did we do? If this was a white woman, nobody would have asked that white woman what she did to deserve it. Not as much. They just arrest and ask questions later, maybe. But they make an arrest first. But with this Black woman, well, she didn't call. Okay, fine. But I don't understand how it is things happen to Black women at the hands of Black men or any other man. And the first question is, oh, well, it must have been her attitude. Or, oh, well, she must have said something. Or, oh, Black women got to watch their mouths. So it's like, it's this narrative that Black women need to be beat down and set straight and put in line to get along. And that's a poor narrative, where if any harm comes our way, it's somehow, some way our fault. That's a negative. That should never be. No woman should be able to get killed in her bed and somehow it falls down on to who she laying down with. No woman should get shot in the foot and then questioned about what she did to make somebody shoot her in the foot. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And how is it, like, this is why a lot of times Black women speak the most about not being protected. Like, look at the way we're treated. Look at the way things are going. Like, it's not good at all. And then another way that Black women are mistreated and treated, looked at in a different way, when I talk about misogynistic objectifying of women and doubting. So I already talked about doubting. When we talk about abuse, when we talk about killings of Black women or anything like that, it's always something they were doing. Or if they're raped, it's always something that they were wearing, or they're a flirt, or they're this. It's always a problem with the way a woman, it's like the burden is always on us. If we get hurt, the burden is on us to prevent it and not the person who perpetrated the crime. And that's a big, big, big issue. And the problem is, with other people, they can fight for their rights. White women can fight for their rights and get it. But Black women are still struggling. Black women are still struggling. We're still struggling for people to understand that when we say we were raped, and no, there was no justification. There's no reason. No, we didn't do anything to deserve it. If we were hit or beat in a relationship or marriage, no, we didn't say or do anything to deserve it. Abusers will abuse no matter what, but somehow Black women are still, put in that bucket. But when I say misogynistic objectifying of women, it's not just objectifying a woman because she's beautiful. Another part of it that most men or a lot of people forget about is, it's a common thread with a lot of men. And I've mentioned it before. I talk about it a lot because, of course, as a member of the plus size woman community, I get it a lot, unfortunately. So I have to sift through dating possibilities to make sure people aren't trying to do this. But one of the issues is objectifying, say, a plus size woman or a woman that men may not feel is aesthetically pleasing. They may say, oh, well, I'm going to just sleep with her or I'm just gonna use her. I'm just gonna use her for sex, or oh, she a big girl. She'll give me some money too. I'm gonna get some money. I'm gonna live with her, live off of her. I'm gonna just take because this is somebody nobody really wants, or I don't think anybody wants that person. And yes, people still out there thinking like that. Yes. And that's not good either. But then on the flip side, sometimes men will and don't get me wrong, men do this to skinny women, they do it to pretty women. Any woman that they can peg as having low self-esteem, or they believe to have low self-esteem, they will do this. So they don't do it as often to smaller women, but it does happen. But it takes them to get to know that person and realize, oh, I can get this from this person too, which is very predatory. Sorry. So when it comes down to that, like with these type of men, and of course, every time I do something like this, I get a lot of men like, oh, it's not all of us. I'm not saying it's all of y'all. I know there's good men out there. A lot of y'all are married or in relationships, which is why it's the cream of the crap out here for the rest of us. And we have to look through, because it's guys out here that do that. And I see it all the time. And if it's not trying to use a woman for materialistic things she has, because you may not particularly find them attractive, it's the bullying. You'll post someone's picture like, oh, why this person trying to talk about it? It's like, you do realize anybody can just as easily be somebody's screenshot and post it on their page. Anybody. Nobody is cute to everyone. Nobody. Even most people think Beyonce is beautiful, but there's still people out there who think Beyonce is average. There's guys out there who don't think Beyonce is cute at all. So it's just to say, be humble about it. And even if, and another thing about that I don't like is, for some guys who do that, yep, exactly, Shonda. Damaged people. So basically, hurt people. It's all the same. But yes, everybody out here to hurt people gets something and hurt somebody else in the process. But then if you use a woman's build or her physical attributes, whether it's to show her off, because I had a lot of friends who were like model beautiful, like modeling. We'll go somewhere and somebody from a modeling agency may try to give one of my friends a card. And I've hung out with people like that. And one girl, super beautiful girl, super down to earth too, she used to tell me all the time, she was like, you think it's easy for me? She was like, I get guys who will, and while some of us may think that's great, she hated it. But she said she would get guys with money who would literally just flash money at her, try to lure her with their fancy cars, money, and credit cards to get her to go out with them. And that's another subject for another day, because guys will do this for women that they're really, really interested in if they have the money and real credit cards. That's not a card cracker. That stuff. The guys with the real fancy cars that's legitimately bought the money and the cards and everything, they will flash that for a woman to get her, and then get mad when that's what she wants from her, when that's what the bait you use to get her. But once again, that's a different topic for a different show. But the whole point is using a woman, like, we're all used based on our body types. And that's unfortunate. So women are still viewed based on, physical attributes, how pretty they think you are, how much they think they'll do for you, if they'll do anything for you. It's all based on how they view you. And then we all know the deal, especially when it's men who say, oh, I don't even like black women. And that's a whole nother topic too. Are the men who, hey, Michael, are the men who decide they don't like black women at all, and then they get them a white woman or a Mexican woman or whatever their flavor is, and then put down all black women all together just because. And then the common thread I always hear from them is, oh, black women never gave me play. Here's the problem. The black women, and this is where it goes back into, is the black women you choose. Sometimes you got to take a step back and look at the type of people you're choosing. And it's the same thing that men try to tell women all the time is look at the men. And that, especially when women go through serious stuff and they always want to go, well, look at who you're choosing. Pay attention to who you're choosing. No. It's not always the case. Because with men will woo a woman. The master manipulators will make you feel like you're in love with them. They will make you love them. They'll do all the right stuff until they feel like they got you. And then when they got you, this is when they really start doing everything. That's when, if they're abusive, that's when the abuse starts. If they're cheaters, well, they let all their cheating come to the forefront because they was always doing it to begin with. If they're going to do anything to you, they wait until they feel like they got you all the way hooked. So to tell somebody it's who you choose, especially when you're dealing with people who manipulated you from the beginning. And yes, there are a lot of manipulators out there. There's a difference. So, and a lot of these same manipulators, they may not do anything to get something, but all of them, there's a common thread. All of them will misogynistically objectify a woman based on their preferences. They all mask it behind the preferences. But here's my deal. If you have a certain preference, stick with that preference. No one's blaming you. Okay, some people may blame you, but no one's blaming you for liking who you like. But do not come in and decide, okay, well, this person isn't my type, but I'm going to get with them and see what I can get from them. Like, that's where a lot of the problems come in, and that's where things need to stop. But then please add in that this, as far as a Black woman is concerned, that's another thing we have to look at. So we have to look for people that's going to love us and be there for us. And unfortunately, it's not always a brother. And that's just the case. And Black women are so loyal to a fault when it comes to men, especially our Black men, because we love and support them, but they don't see it. And then they may encounter a couple of ignorant women with very immature outlook on life. And then they will blame the whole world for that. And I do mean one or two. Like when I talk to men, it's always that one woman who might have done them in. But when you talk to a woman about who hurt them, it's many men, because women are super forgiving and understanding. And we try to understand so much, and men are very staunch in their stance. It only takes one person. But women keep wanting to give a chance. And then when you stop giving chances, then you get insulted. When you start picking better, you get insulted. So that's where I say doubting, and then it's, oh, well, you women are this, or we all get the stigma of being a bitch or being evil. And it's not the case. Black women are very loving, loyal, and forgiving, but everybody has their limits. And for me, the message is more so just treating us with love and kindness, and then you will get that back 1,000-fold, to be honest. And if you're not getting it, check what you're giving, check what you're putting out there, because you can't expect all the greatest things and only give crap in return. No, it's not going to work like that. So that's my spiel on that for the day. Now on to the surprises, y'all. I know that's what y'all waiting for. So my surprises. So my first announcement, for those who have been keeping up with me, I have already been a Made with Melanin brand ambassador. So I'm going to put my code up there. So if you guys decide to shop with Made with Melanin, their website is www.madewithmelanin, just like it's spelled there in the banner, .com. And my code when you shop is cherrybomb_MLD, and that's good for 30% off your total order. So that's a great deal right there. So I'm a brand ambassador with them, and I definitely believe in their mission. So that's not a new surprise. That's not new. I'm just letting you know that that's still hanging out there. But actually, what is new, I am actually a BLK alkaline water affiliate. So affiliate is essentially the same thing as a brand ambassador. And with BLK alkaline water, you can actually, if you go on their website, blk.com, No, that might actually lead you to BLK, the dating site. And unless you're in the market, nah. But it's BLK alkaline water. So just do a search for it. But when you get to their website and shop for the alkaline water, which one of their ingredients that they toot a lot is actually the fulvic acid, which has a lot of good properties, like it strengthens your immune system. It's great for hair, nails, and skin. And also it helps with a number of other properties, like reduces inflammation and things like that. But it's also alkaline water, and they also have flavored water. But the unique twist is that it's still a water, but it's colored black. That's why it's called BLK. Once I receive my water, which will be coming soon, I will do another live because I'll just be presenting the water. Just like with my Made with Melanin products, which I didn't put up, but I have the Made with Melanin. Like I got the Black Lives Matter bracelet. If I can get a good show of this little faux leather Black Lives Matter bracelet. I'm so horrible. Here we go. There you go. That. And in light of the topic for today, I actually had on my I Am Queen earrings from Made with Melanin. And you guys will soon see me sipping on BLK alkaline water because I do believe in alkaline water properties. But with this one, it is taking over the top with the fulvic acid. So you will see me sipping on that in my shows as well. And remember to go on the website and use my code for some money off. Once again, it's about 30% off there as well. So that's one of my other surprises. And because I'm starting to build up these brand ambassador relationships, I'm going to be creating a Miss Cherie IG page. So I already have my cherry bomb _ MLD page. And speaking of my Instagram page, for those who follow me on Instagram, if you see a profile with only 4 pictures, number one, my IG profile has many more than 4 pictures, but they picked the 4 most recent pictures, and then they've been hitting up people in their DMs asking about grants. That is not me. If somebody hits you up asking about grants or asking if you want to do a grant, please do not. Sorry. Throat got a little dry from talking. Excuse me. If you get that, please excuse me, report and block. And block. Ooh. Sorry guys, I'm okay. Thanks, Mom. Hip hip hooray. But yes. If you see that IG page, please report and block. Don't ask if it's me. I never will DM anybody about a grant, because if I'm selling something on social media, I will do a general social media post. If I have your personal number, I will text you. So I will text you. Please don't get involved in anything. If you have any questions, if you have my number, if you have one of my other pages, like all my other friends did, they hit me up, or people already knew it was something up because they knew I wasn't asking about a grant. That's fine. But please, no, just block and delete that profile when you run across it. But I will be creating a Miss Cherie IG page very, very soon. On that page, that's going to be where I post a lot of what topics may be coming up. I may be promoting my podcast, of course, but I'm also going to be promoting the BLK alkaline water that I'm an affiliate for. I'm also going to be promoting the Made with Melanin, as well as my other business ventures, because I'm also an Amway representative. So I have that link for everything beauty, health and fitness, wellness, vitamins, cleaning products, which y'all know y'all need. Cleaning products is on Amway.com as well as a number of other business ventures that I'm in, as well as life insurance and retirement plans as well. And speaking of that, since I sell life insurance and since I'm involved in retirement plans, I will not be donating to anybody's GoFundMe for a funeral. So sorry, not sorry. If you know your people not covered, please send them to me to talk to me. I would do that. But no, I will not. Please do not send me any GoFundMe's. I look, I feel for you. And if you don't have any life insurance, as much as people may not like it, the cheapest way is cremation. So if you can't afford the funeral, cremate them for $500 and be done. Because that's the only answer you're going to get from me. And my little money, whatever I would have donated, is going to stay in my pocket. Also, I'm in nail school too. So I have a lot of things popping off. So that's also why I've been a little MIA. Besides starting a job, I've been in nail school. So I will be a nail tech starting after February. So by the end of February, I should be a licensed nail tech. And $1,500 for it's $1,500 for cremation. Either way it goes, I'm not donating to the I'm not donating to the GoFundMe. Mm-mm. I know a lot of people feel like life insurance is expensive, but the monthly cost of life insurance is really not expensive in the grand scheme of things. People make money for what, make the space in their budget for what they want. And if you can't prioritize at least paying for your final send off, at least buy the minimum amount of coverage to make sure a funeral is covered at least, then I don't know what to say. I can't. I've been there, and even if you have life insurance through your job, unfortunately, when you leave, or if you leave, if you retire, that life insurance does not go with you. And to be honest, I don't even think most people have the copy of their job's life insurance. Everybody just goes, "Oh, I got life insurance through my job," but they don't even know the name of the company. So either way it goes, it behooves you to have outside life insurance. That's my spiel on that. But just know that I'm working, and I have a lot of big things in store that I'm working on. And I will have a separate personality page to push all my stuff as well as promote my podcast. I'll still share videos. And thank you guys for paying attention and staying locked in and rocking with me, my loyal few. And I will see you guys. I don't know if it'll be next week. I think I'm starting to do this every other week. So not next week, but the week after, I will be doing a podcast. I'm going to be starting a series on the Black family and Black relationships. So I'll be doing that. So I'll be coming up with the first topic. So look for my advertisements on the new IG page. I'll share that on Facebook through the Vocal Truth page and my personal page. So look for all announcements through there. But love you guys. See you. Have a good one.